Hi, and welcome to, what are we up to? Module 4, I think. Here we are. um, Everything seems to be going smoothly. I know that there's been virtually no feedback yet. You will be getting feedback, especially once the larger assignments start coming up. Assume if you're not hearing anything, that everything's going great. If you have any specific questions, hit me up in the email. But February vacation is coming, and I keep telling myself when February vacation gets here, my life is going to be perfect. So let's see how that works out, shall we? All right. I want to go through, I have a couple of things. Oh, you know what? I've got them on a little list, so I'll just read them. If you are somebody who doesn't enjoy the video and you want to just go and do the reading, I will just let you know that a few things that you need to know are, okay, so the MSLA conference is open, and on week, see, now I thought that I would have the weeks listed for module module 8, which is mid-March. That's when the MSLA conference is. I believe membership is free to students, so you should definitely be a member. I think that might be actually a requirement in one of Al's classes. And I would love for you for module 8. The whole module is go to the MSLA conference and attend some sessions and talk about it in the discussion. That's all you have to do. Now, not everybody can do that. Some people have, other commitments. They have little kids. They live, where they can't get to Western Mass. There is an affordability issue. So if you can't do it, that's fine. There are other options. I'm calling it choose your own adventure, but what I want you to do today, what I want you to do this week is determine whether or not you're going to be able to go. If you are going to be able to go, register, because it's you get an early bird registration, although I think maybe for students, it's just a really good rate. Anyway, so register if you are going. And if you're not going, in the back of your head, be thinking about what you want to focus on. Maybe something about equity, maybe something, a lot of you are talking about ChatGPT and other AI, maybe something, a deep dive into that. So just be thinking about what you want to do. You can also, if you want to partner up with somebody, if that would make it, at least you'll get a little, even if it's not the conference, you'll get a little collaboration. So be thinking about that too. Speaking of partnering, once we are in weeks 9 and 10, you have the option to partner with someone to do the assignments, because it's basically week 9 is a student lesson-based assignment. And then week 9 and then week 10 is professional development based assignment. And they're both kind of, one is a unit plan and one is a professional development thing. And so those are things that you might be collaborating with, in the actual field. So if you want to collaborate with someone, you are welcome to, although not obligated to. So if you, I'll send something out maybe in the next couple of weeks to, if you want to partner, but you don't know who to partner with. But if you are, conversing with one another and you want to set up your own partnerships, that's fine too. And then for week 13, you are going to be partnered based on, I need to mix people who are currently working in a school with people who are not working in a school, at least so that the people who aren't can get be involved with someone who actually is in practice. That's when we're looking at cataloging online public access catalogs. All right, so those are the things that are not in the notes, if you just want to read the notes. Otherwise, I'm going to run through them, and oh my gosh, I have more tabs open right now than I believe I have ever had open in my life. So that's certainly something. All right, here we are. Well, you don't need to see this. That's what we're reading. So for this week, we're looking at online multimedia. There's a bunch of different things to it. There are a couple of things that are for conversational fodder for you. There's this Kelly Jensen article on TikTok, What Makes These Librarians TikTok? TikTok it's media, but it's also social media. So this article is actually available here for this week, but it's also in next week's. Next week, I have 3 articles. They're all by Kelly Jensen. So if you don't have time to look at TikTok because it's huge, look at the other social media, tools that we have here today. or rather the media tools that we have here today. For example, YouTube. So one of the things that I do, I think people really find interesting, and it has to do with copyright, and it has to do with when you change something, when you have, and Renee Hobbs talks about this. If you've got Renee's book, I can't remember, she has a chapter on multimedia, but when you're changing the nature of something, and this is Buffy versus Edward. So if any of you are Buffy people, which you're probably, a little older, I loved it. I mean, I came into it as an adult, obviously, but it's a terrific, if you haven't seen it, it's one of the best shows about high school, since Freaks and Geeks. So there's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and this is a mashup, a mashup between this and Twilight, Edward from Twilight. And then here's the article about how Lionsgate did not like the fact that James McIntosh, who did the mashup, was getting so many views, and they were considering it copyright violation. Is it? Is it not? You be the judge. So that's something to look at. Then I have this, and this is another one that's going to be available next week also. Why is it going to be available next week? Oh, because of the social aspect. So this is a little tool called Video Ant from the University of Minnesota. And it's a way that you can take a video, which this one is Your Life Work, the librarian, and you can annotate it. So I've just left the annotations because some of them are really funny and some of them are not. But and you can feel free to play with this if you like and let people know how that goes. Then here is your assignment. Your assignment is to choose a topic and a grade level. And you can use the standards. We're eventually going to be using the standards specifically, but for this one, just probably know what topics and grade levels are in there, and then search for 5 videos and 3 podcasts that could be used to teach and annotate them. Who made it? What content does it cover? And why do you think it would be useful? So it doesn't have to be a huge or formal annotation. That's just that. And then you can do things geared towards early elementary. If you're doing things towards early elementary, podcasts might be harder to find. As long as you have 5 to 3, and you can do different topics. So I'd like you to find a few things on the same topic, because that way it does make you dig a little bit deeper. All right. Then I also wrote, if you want to highlight a book vlogger as one of your videos, feel free. But as librarians, we need to be able to search for content for the classroom as well as practice. So this is going to be sort of classroom content based. And then in your blog, oh yeah, that's the other thing. You have to create a piece of media, and don't worry, because there are a bunch of options. Honestly, everyone has a recorder on their phone now. It's not going to be that hard. It's just a matter of getting that up into your blog. And again, depending on which format you're using, it's not that difficult to figure it out. You can actually, there are YouTube tutorials that will show you how to do this. So you're going to create something and put it up on your blog. You can also, if you want to put your annotations up there too, you can, but creating a piece of media, that is what you need to do. If you don't want it to be visual, you can also do podcast recording, that kind of thing. It just needs to be accessible and on your blog. All right. And then there's a bunch of different resources here. Anchor is a Spotify, good Lord, a podcast recording program that you can use. Animoto is really fun. People like that. Audacity is another audio software. Pandora, why do I have? Oh, because Pandora Music, there's Apple Music and that sort of thing. We think it's not content so much, but it is useful. You can find things through there. TeacherTube, which is like YouTube, but for teachers. And then Video Ant. Oh, I already showed you that. That's where I'd seen it before. And Vimeo is another way to make little video messages. Then, of course, the big kahuna is YouTube. And then I have some other resources. There are 30 best educational podcasts. Then there's best educational podcasts from Edutopia. Then there's 51 educational podcasts, but this is from 2013. So I am curious as to how many of these podcasts are still going on, but let me know what you think. Then we've got a few school library journal things. Phoebe Owens and Allie Wilkinson. And I think that they've done a few different podcast like lists of podcasts, so these ones here, and they break them down by age, which is nice. And then there's some spooky ones for Halloween. And then I have reached the end of my free school library journal articles, but You can also get to these articles through the Salem State databases. You just have to go in and search, go in and look for School Library Journal, and then you go in by month, and they're all there too. So sadly, I will not be able to show you this one. It's not letting me scroll. But there are a lot of different resources out there. I believe that is everything that I wanted to tell you about. So just look at those tools, make a piece of media, and do the annotation. All right. Oh yeah, the second half has, for Renee Hobbs, the second half has some great content about several different types of media creation. So, you might just be looking at what other people have made and how you can use it, and that's fine. You might have a really good grasp of that, and you might want to go deeper into media creation yourself. Work at your own level, how much time you're supposed to be spending and what you want to get out of this. So that's it for me. I hope that you are, let me unscreen share. I hope that you are staying warm. It is ridiculously cold out today. And I have like 14 layers on. I'm actually immobile right now. So hopefully I'll be able to move. I have put module. So this week's is up, and I just put up module 5. So you can look at, what's coming up if you're so inclined. And then it's just a vast wasteland. Over February vacation, I'm hoping to have everything up. I usually like to have 2 modules up ahead of time, but things have gotten away from me. And so hopefully the rest of that, I'll get that all up over February vacation. Again, if you have any questions or if you need anything, there's the help discussion in Canvas, or you can email me through Canvas as well. All right. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye. I say bye-bye and then I can't end. Okay, now I mean it. Bye-bye.